For years, everyone said marrying into the Sterling family was winning the lottery. People saw the penthouse, the luxury vacations, the way Jessica carried herself like she'd been sculpted out of privilege. But they didn't see the fine print that in her world, love wasn't something you shared. It was something you proved, constantly. When I married her, I thought we'd grow as partners. What actually happened was that I got drafted into her father's empire as the mascot son-in-law with a computer science degree, but not enough Sterling blood to matter. Robert Sterling, CEO of Sterling Tech Systems, made that clear on day one. At our engagement dinner, he handed me a job offer entry-level IT support. A glorified printer mechanic. He told me I'd start at the bottom to earn respect. What he meant was, know your place. I swallowed it because I loved Jessica. Big mistake. For 3 years, I reset passwords for people who wrote them on sticky notes. Fixed printers that jammed every time someone printed the word quarterly, I explained to executives. Why turning something off and on again didn't mean they were stupid. Meanwhile, Robert loved introducing me as my son-in-law who works in IT support, the way people say they found gum stuck to their shoe. Jessica loved it too, especially humiliating me in front of her friends. Once, she told a story about me fixing her phone after she dropped it in a mimosa. She said it made her feel like she was dating a genius bar employee. She said it with pride. I smiled because pretending not to care was how I survived in that family. But what none of them knew was that every night after their world exhausted me, I came home and built my own. While Jessica filmed Instagram content until midnight, I was coding in a spare bedroom, quietly building an intrusion detection system more advanced than anything Sterling Tech had ever imagined. I called it Secure Shield. It predicted cyber attacks before they happened using algorithms they couldn't dream of. I filed patents under a shell corporation using my mother's maiden name. I kept everything airtight. Eventually, Sterling Tech's own R&D program collapsed. 8 months and $2 million burned on a project that couldn't survive a single stress test. Robert was furious. That's when I made my move. Through a third-party vendor, I pitched Secure Shield as a technology acquisition. Anonymous founder, underpriced, revolutionary, Robert acted like he'd personally discovered fire. He bragged about the deal for weeks. He even bragged to me, telling me Sterling Tech had bought a gold mine from some idiot who didn't know what he had. He had no idea he was talking to the idiot. Here's what he also didn't understand. He only bought a renewable license. I retained full ownership. He signed a contract he never read because arrogance is the easiest way to blind a man. Secure Shield became the backbone of Sterling Tech. All their client contracts depended on it. Robert strutted around like a king. Jessica mocked me more boldly than ever. Then came the evaluation meeting. HR emailed me like it was routine. I walked into a room with Robert, his HR puppet, and 2 board members. Robert didn't even let me sit. Marcus, we're terminating your employment. Performance issues. My department had prevented 3 major breaches in 1 year. But fine, they escorted me out like a criminal. I drove home numb, thinking maybe Jessica would be different. She wasn't. She sat at the kitchen counter in a silk robe with a glass of Chardonnay, scrolling Instagram. You're home early, she said. I got fired. Her face lit up. Oh, good, Dad said this might happen. She tossed me a folded paper. It was a list of homeless shelters. She'd highlighted one and written, "This one has free Wi-Fi. You bring nothing to the relationship now," she said. My friends have real husbands with real careers. That's when something inside me clicked off. I packed a duffel bag. She followed me to the door. You'll come crawling back, she said. You have nowhere to go. I didn't bother replying. The next morning I started the quietest war in corporate history. Sterling Tech's Secure Shield license auto-renewal failed because I declined it. One tap, suddenly their system went into meltdown. Firewall failures, glitching portals, crashing networks. Clients panicking.